Hello, I'm Jason Ward, the General Manager of Pet Funeral Services here at the beautiful Pet Cemetery in Brimford in Holywell. Living and working at a pet cemetery is not a conventional job. A question that I get asked time and time again is, what's the most unusual animal that you've ever had? Well, what I can say is, if anybody has ever had a pet of any kind, then I think we've probably done a funeral for it. One of the more unusual ones, and something that we've only ever done once, a number of years ago, we provided a funeral for a cow. I was contacted by a lady about a cow called Mazza. Now, Mazza lived in this lady's back garden and had been with her for 14 years. She'd originally been left over as the only cow in a dilapidated farm when the lady had been left by her husband with 2 small children, a few chickens, and no business. She was battling along with a little full-time job and trying to raise her family, and at the same time, Mazza lived in the garden and the children used to milk her and treat her largely as a pet. To keep a cow healthy and delivering milk, then they need to be pregnant or having a calf. So as the time progressed, she arranged to have the AI man, the artificial insemination man, come round to allow Mazza to have a calf. When she had that calf, they decided to keep it and raise that calf. Then, as the years progressed and that cow got older, she too had a calf. So they slowly built up a small herd of cows that provided an income for her and her family, but Mazza still lived in the garden. Now, as the years progressed, they sort of thought that maybe they should let her retire and just live in the garden. But Mazza wasn't happy not having a calf. So they continued to have the AI man come in and every year to make sure that she had a calf. And she continued to deliver milk into a very old age. I would say that even some veterinary surgeons wouldn't be sure how old a farm animal would live, because they very rarely get to live to their old age. But Mazza, in her advancing years, had arthritis and was treated by the vet, and when the time came that she was going to have to be put to sleep, this lady really worried about what was going to happen with her. So she contacted me and asked us if we'd provide a private cremation for a cow. Now, we've never done it before, or we've never done it since, but we made arrangements and treated Mazza in the same way that we would treat a horse or a small pony. And we collected her from the garden and took her for a private cremation and returned the ashes to their family. It was really important for them, as well as the sense of loss from the bond that they'd formed with her. She also represented how, as a family, they'd overcome the struggles that they'd had. It teaches us to remember that the bond between a human and an animal isn't always just dogs and cats, and that we can form a really strong bond with almost any creature given an exchange of emotions.